Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 as we are playing with Catholic Mexico. I do appreciate all the well wishes for our anniversary last Saturday, and we had an alright day. Unfortunately, our air conditioning broke that day, so we woke up on Saturday and it was extremely hot that day, and it's because the air conditioning mostly wasn't blowing, and when it did blow, it wasn't blowing cold air. And it also had like real low pressure as well, so it wasn't much air coming out of it. So unfortunately, we had a very hot weekend, very hot and sweaty weekend. And you know, once the kids went to bed on Saturday, it was pretty much naked time for the rest of the night because it was just so ridiculously hot. Unfortunately, it was also one of the hotter days here for Colorado anyway. I think it was like 99 or 100. So that's fairly high for Colorado. Typically, we're in the like low mid 90s, so being up in the upper 90s and the lower hundreds is pretty high, and it's been that way all weekend. So it was a very hot weekend, very uncomfortable weekend, and that is also going to affect the videos here a little bit because I am like melting right now. Here in the room that we record, our office here, it's probably the hottest room in the house due to its positioning. You know, it has the sun on it through most of the day on one of the windows. Is including the hottest part of the day. The sun's just like beaming on this room, so that's part of the reason. The other one, of course, is it's full of electronics, so that causes quite a bit of extra heat. So it's very hot in this room. Definitely, probably, I think our thermostat says it's 88 out in the living room, so I'm thinking in here it's probably upper 90s. It's, you know, with just everything, maybe even hotter. So I'm sweating quite a bit to record this video, and it's actually very uncomfortable. Because I have to have the door closed and the windows closed, the fan off, you know, when we're not recording and the AC is broken, which seems to happen at least once per year. We, you know, open the windows and have the fan blowing on, but I have no windows open. I've got the door closed and no fan on. So it is very hot and very uncomfortable right now, but I wanted to have a video because we didn't have one on Sunday or on Monday, so I am braving the heat for you guys. I know some of you guys are going to be thinking, oh, the spoiled American doesn't have his AC and he's whining about it. Most people here in Colorado don't have AC. We actually bought this house because it had AC. It's a smaller, older house, and that was the real benefit. The one benefit it had over some of the other houses we looked at, which were also small and old, is the fact that it had an AC. So that was kind of a real pro for us because Jinx and I do not like the heat. So, you know, it's not just about the lack of AC though. Again, our last apartment didn't have AC. You know, the apartment before that didn't have AC. We don't typically have AC. So it's not just that it's a lack of AC. Again, it's because recording, you have the door closed, the windows closed, and the fans off. And so that's why it gets so ridiculously hot in here. I think if you have it all closed up for about an hour or so, then you're probably sitting in 100 something degrees. So it's very uncomfortable. So I am not going to record until we get the AC fixed. Well, probably, unless something bad happens, I can't get it fixed. Luckily, I was able to get the guy to come out on Wednesday. So I'm recording this on Monday. This is Tuesday's episode. So I will not record a video on Tuesday for Wednesday, and I will record if it gets fixed again. I mean, I'll probably record no matter what, even if it doesn't get fixed. I'll record Wednesday evening for Thursday. So we will have a Thursday episode, but we'll not have a Wednesday episode, guys. So anyways, hopefully it'll be fixed, and then regardless of it is or not, I'll record on Wednesday night, and we'll have a video on Thursday. So sorry about that. It's just been a bad year, man. 2020 has just been, I know it's been bad for everybody, but it's been really bad for us. I'm not trying to compare my problems to anybody else's, but it's been one of those years, guys, where just like everything seems to go wrong, where just nothing's going right. So it is affecting the channel quite a bit, unfortunately. And I previously talked about our woes when it comes to the trying to get a new house, and that has not been going well at all. So you can expect that to continue to affect things this month as well. But right now, let's go ahead and get started in today's episode, where we're going to be doing the invasion of Spain. And we do need to get the war goal, so we're going to go ahead and start with that. And it's going to be 25 political power, so, you know, that's a little bit that we had saved up there. And it's going to be 125 days, so we'll get it on the 22nd of June. All right, excellent. That should result in us having those 3 cruisers done. I think we have 1 done in April and 2 done in May, so we'll be sitting at the 10 ships for our main fleet, and hopefully they'll be able to gain control here. I'm not entirely sure. I already created the air wings, so I created some more air wings to get training, so that's where our manpower went. Also set up an army here with invasions. We got the Red Army doing an invasion here. I don't know if we'll launch them initially. The priority is going to be doing this invasion of the North African territory. Then we can do another invasion from there. This one's also going to take a lot longer because it has 24 divisions assigned to it, so it's going to take 84 days. I suppose we'll have it at that time, though. These ones are much, much shorter. They do have to get there, though, so that's going to take them some time to get over there. So we do have a decision available. Let's see what this is. We can expand the steelworks. We're going to continue doing these again because steel does continue to be an issue even after changing up our trade laws. Let's see, where the hell is this? I think it's down here somewhere. So right here. So we'll go ahead and continue to work on getting those steel. I did have to trade for a little bit more because I changed up our production a bit. We can now pull back on one of those factories. But essentially, I'd like to get it so that we don't have to trade for steel with anybody but the Americans. I'd love to not even have to trade with them because that way we wouldn't have to worry about the autonomy increasing. But I mean, we're getting 80 steel from them, so I don't expect those decisions to generate enough steel. And plus, you know, we're also getting more factories that we can assign to our stuff as we get the compliance higher in the American states. As far as resistance going, it's very much trending down in most locations, or kind of staying the same, floating around 8 to 12%. So overall, it looks like we are done with having to deal with these rebellious Americans. How often can you do these things? Because we keep doing them, oh, it's repeatable. So can you just do it over and over and over again? Like, am I just, yeah, it seems like, because it does say it's repeatable. And it feels like we just keep on enacting these over and over. Okay, this is what we're going to do, because we do have other stuff I need to get. I think that's the last one we're going to get. And then we can just keep on doing these once we're, you know, once we no longer need the political power. Because we are no longer trading with anybody else. So we will not do those anymore for right now. And we will just, you know, trade with the Americans for that 80 steel, and that should be all that we need. So we did get this tech done, the separate fire main guns, and we're going to go ahead and continue with these to get the chance of a critical hit to be reduced. It's always quite helpful. Again, it just takes so long, especially on the capital ships, to repair those critical hits. So that's the reason why I like getting those techs. And we do have 3 capital ships that are going to be going into this fight. You know, we have 3 heavy cruisers. So hopefully we can minimize our chance of getting critical hits. So let's go ahead and say we do not want to be notified of either of these. Again, we'll start working on those a bit later. We did finish up the collaboration government in Spain. Excellent. So that'll increase it by 30%. We should probably do it again. Here's the German one. We want to do collaboration government against Spain. So let's go ahead and prepare that. Assign 2 of our operatives. And again, we want to do the ones that... Alright, so build an intel network. We want to do these ones here. And her. Alright, and then go ahead and enact this when it's done, and we'll get it up a bit higher. And just try and make it easier to integrate this territory, and not have as many rebellion issues, and not need as much manpower and equipment for our garrison, because as you see, manpower is, you know, we've been losing it with all of our stuff. We've been building the planes, the ships, the troops. We have been losing some manpower. Speaking of troops, we might want to build some more divisions up. I think we'll build, see what we can get. We can get some more of the mountain troops. We're going to get those, the Cristeros, and then the Aztecs as well. Now, I think we're actually short equipment on this, so we're only going to do 1 for right now. And that looks good. And we're still building those 10 20-width divisions as well. Now, we have enough divisions as it is to conquer Spain, I think. They definitely outnumber us, but it's the AI, so I'm not too worried about our division numbers. I think we probably have enough. The main problem here is going to be... Oh, I didn't know Gibraltar was taken by the Italians. Interesting. But yeah, the main problem here is going to be the fact that we have to do naval invasions. So naval invasions can sometimes be difficult to do in the late game because they'll have so many divisions defending their territory. Now, I do expect the ones in North Africa to hopefully be successful. We're sending a total of 8 divisions up to this port, 6 divisions to this port, and then 4 divisions to the little island. I think we have the best chance of success there. So if we take that island, then that gives us a much closer area to do invasions from. So that's the main reason why we're going to go after there. We do have 2 more ships done, so let's go ahead and get these guys moved. and trained up. Another light cruiser done. Now I don't think we... Yeah, I think we have them all designed already. Everybody's currently building the most modern version that they can. All right, excellent. It does seem that we are now good on steel. At this point, we're trading for a lot more than we need from the Americans, but you know, that's fine. Nothing to be done about it. We do have some free military factories, so we'll get to make use of that still. You'll notice that the support equipment, I took it down by quite a bit. We had like 20 factories going into that, and we now have well over 10,000 of it. So don't need to build it anymore, guys. Same thing with artillery. You could probably take down on that, but that is used for a lot of our divisions, so we'll keep it going. As far as what else we need, I already have a lot of factories put into just about everything else we need, with the exception of probably mechanized. We could put 5 more factories into that, I suppose, since those tank units do require quite a bit of mechanized, and it's, I think well, it's not as bad as medium tanks, but we have 30 factories going towards the medium tanks. So those are our 2 main issues, but everything else is pretty much good for the most part. Not having too many problems with anything. The armored cars, we should only build 1, yeah. We have 1 there. We got an excess of armored cars. We could always add those to add another one. I suppose we will, since we have so many. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and add another one, guys, to these guys here. Well, I suppose we could just add like a cav too. Remember, the more battalions you have here, the more benefit you're getting from the military police support company. And it's just results in less support equipment needed. So you know what, let's go ahead and add 1 more to each of these. Again, just kind of preparing for the future occupation. That gets them to combat with 20 as well. It's a nice round number, and that's probably what we'll keep it at. All right, so Recon Company 2, got that knocked out. Let's go and get Recon Company 4. So again, we get this here in June, and by that time all of our planning will be done as well. So just about a month away here. Our troops are already located as well. Are they facing supply issues? They aren't. The reason why I did it from here is just to make sure we didn't have supply issues. We can also make sure that we can build this naval base up a little bit higher. There's no reason not to. And just kind of tick it up to the top. And you know what? Let's build it all the way up to level 5. Also, we can now modify our government. We have that 150 political power, which I've been waiting on getting the Chief of Navy, so we can get the decisive battle. That'll help us. It's not going to help much. It's only 5%, but it affects both of the screens and the capital ships, and so it should help us out against the Spanish. As far as like what they have, if we want to just look at what benefits they have down here. Okay, so this is what they are currently having now. If we want to look at the naval ones, they actually have the same one as us, but I think they have higher benefits. Yeah, they have the 10% because he's an expert. Our guy's just a specialist, so really we're only offsetting some of the benefit that they're currently getting. As far as their ships go, you'll see that they have 2 battleships, guys. A lot of destroyers, obviously, quite a few heavy cruisers, few light cruisers, not many, with a lot of submarines. So it's going to be very difficult to win in the sea. The question, though, is how are they doing on fuel? I guess that's one thing we'd want to know. We can't even see it. We don't have enough intel, which is surprising because I thought our intel was fairly high here, but apparently not. Let's just take a look. We only have 1 guy assigned. You know what? Let's focus on this. I think that's what we should do. We have, let me just take a look and see what everybody's doing. We got 1 guy in Germany. And where's the other one? In Canada. Okay. I don't feel like that is necessary right now. So we'll pull the Canadian one and keep the one in Germany, ticking that up so that we can do operations there a little bit later. So let's go ahead and have this guy go here. I'm going to try and increase this a little bit faster because we only have 1 guy here right now. So getting that up quicker would be helpful. All right, so 1 more month, guys. And we should be able to declare war immediately, but one thing I didn't consider is the fact that our ships might be damaged. Let's go and place these guys here. And we'll probably stop the training, actually. Let's go and stop the training. Have these guys join here. Make sure they're all going into this one. And then we'll move them over to, well, let's let them all get into this first. And then we'll move them a little bit closer to where we want them. We did get the extreme environment training. I want to say that's the second to last one. Yeah, we got 1 last one, which is the elite forces, which is going to increase the soft attack and organization for our mountain troops, as well as the length that they can go without supply. All right, so we do have the 9 ships done here. Some of these guys aren't trained, but we're not going to train them. We need to focus on getting them repaired. And yeah, they're in the largest port that they can be in. So we're going to get these repaired, and then we'll go ahead and move them a little bit closer to the area where we need them. So yeah, I'm glad I sent them over here because it is going to take them some time to get these repairs done. We do have more ships. Let's go and throw them into here. It's a bummer we weren't able to get these all trained, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and take these guys here and get them. Do we want to do the naval exercising? You know what? Probably not. I feel like we're close enough to the war now that we don't want to do anything else with these guys. So we're probably going to just go ahead and stop all the training. I know that the Navy experience getting that higher would be useful, but we should be able to get it from the conflict. So let's go ahead and merge all these. Or not merge them, excuse me. Turn off their training here. So they'll all go into a port and do any repairs that they might need to do within the couple weeks that we have left before we declare war. And unfortunately, one of our generals is ill, and it happens to be one that's leading the invasion. So we have to wait for 30 days. So essentially July 1st or 2nd, somewhere around there. I would figure it'd be the guy that's leading the invasion that would get sick. So yeah, we will have to wait a little bit, but that's okay. That does let us get, you know, more ships and planes built and all that kind of good stuff. Speaking of planes, we might want to go take a look and see if there's any other ones in the stockpile that we might want to throw in here to get trained. Yeah, we'll undo them and then get these guys training and duplicate. We'll take a look and see if there's any close air support. We actually have a lot more fighters that we could be training. Let's go and get some more close air support out there. We have a lot of close air support. So we'll get these guys training and then duplicate them. All right, that's good. This is probably going to be plenty enough planes in the sky. I would assume. I don't actually know. Again, they do actually have a decent size Air Force. More than you'd expect, I would say. Right, these guys need a little bit more training, so we're going to train them up. And these guys as well. I'm guessing they didn't have all their planes at the time that we set them to train. All right. So again, just hope we have troops that are ready. Let's go ahead and get them deployed and trained up. I'll just deploy them. I guess we can deploy them anywhere here. So we'll just deploy them in Florida. Do we have troops there? I don't know if we do, but that's where we're going to deploy these guys. And get them into a training army where we'll train them up. And what we'll do is go ahead and assign them a garrison order here, so that they can so that we can send any new troops there. All right, and then we'll go ahead and place these there as well. Get them deploying right into this training army. I want to say we can do another mountain trip, so we will. Again, could we get Marines to make these invasions a little bit easier? But you know what, guys? It's just an invasion of Spain. I feel like we should be able to do this without too many issues. I guess we'll see, though. Again, the light game invasions can somewhat be difficult. Simply because, you know, of the troop numbers, the large number of troops. And just seeing if we'll have any ships done before we declare war. Looks like that is a no. All right. So we will get some light cruisers out there within a few months, though, which will be helpful to replace the losses that, you know, we're going to take. I do expect to lose in the seas because the Spanish have a much larger navy, unless we can get control of an airbase and start doing some bombings. Once that happens, I feel pretty good about it. So we have to declare war by August. We're going to declare war in July. Again, I want to get the general back here, which he should be done here in a few days. Just because it's so important to get the leader skill bonuses. You know, that's plus 10%, that will drop down to 5%. Same thing here. So it's useful, I feel. Oh, I guess that one wouldn't affect us because it's defense. But still, we want to have all the benefits we can get. All right, so he has lost that trait. We are in the 2nd July here. We are ready to declare war, I believe. But first, let's get the fleet out there. Get them all assigned, figure out where we want them. So let's just go ahead and tell them to patrol. And then the patrol area will be these 3 sea regions here. We could have just done 2 sea regions if we had invaded from here. But I don't know that these 2 will be necessarily difficult to get a hold of. I think this is going to be the one that's going to cause us issues. And then with the submarines, they're going to help out with this. So we're going to have them do, we're just going to try and assign them all to convoy rating. All right, so they'll all do convoy rating, and I don't think it's necessary to do these regions. We will do convoy rating in our own territory, I suppose. All right, so all across here, and hopefully the submarines will help us gain control. Could instead of having to do these guys do patrol, what we could do is instead have them do the convoy escort, and that might be a bit more effective at gaining control. We'll see. All right, so we'll get all of our ships moved to where they need to be. Get them all moved into their areas. Give it a few days here, maybe a week, July 10th. I think that's a good date. July 10th, we will declare war on the Spanish. And our Air Force is very powerful, but again, have no air bases, though. Until we get control of at least this island here, we are going to have trouble, I think. So let's go and declare war, guys. Now, there is a sandstorm. That's kind of a bummer. It seems like it's just everything that's currently... Yeah, this would this affect us? Looks like that's a no. It would actually be a good thing because they won't be able to do naval strikes. And I don't think it can't affect the sea region here. Yeah, I think this is actually probably the better time to declare war since we have the rain here, which will help us. Since it allows us to retreat easier and less damage is done, which is good since we don't want we don't actually want to have to fight their navy. The navy's more powerful. And then with the sandstorm here, their bombers are going to be less effective, a lot less effective. So overall, I think this is probably a good thing. So I was going to wait, but yeah, it's a positive. So we'll make use of it. So let's go ahead and declare war first. And we'll call all of our allies in. All right, beautiful. And now we're going to launch this invasion. Now, we will not launch this one just yet. That's a big-ass army for us to potentially lose. Now, I didn't realize they were facing supply issues here, so that's not good. Their attrition is going to, be pretty high here. I wonder why. Is it because of resistance, perhaps? Since that does cause some problems here. Let me just take a look and see where the resistance is. Oh, well, we wouldn't have any resistance because we don't own that territory. You know what? I'm not entirely sure why they're facing such bad supply here. Let's just take a look at the supply map and see why we're getting... maybe it's just because these require a lot of supply. Oh, it doesn't help that I have the Blue Army there. Psh, my bad, guys. I didn't realize the Blue Army was here. Well, that makes perfect sense. So let's go and move the Blue Army to Philadelphia and then allow the rest of the Red Army to move over here as well, since you can see that they're not here. So we should turn this down since we're in at war. And, of course, we're bringing in all of our allies. Good God, guys, it is like miserably hot in here. I'm like covered in sweat. I'm like drenched right now. It is so hot. We got an American division here. We're just going to place this into this training army, let them train up. And, again, I don't think we're going to do this invasion. We need to deal with all the issues we have here now. The low attrition, man. That allows some of these troops to move over here. I don't know if we can get them all over here. It might still cause supply issues, but let's take a look. And the Americans will be into the war, so we'll have their fleet as well. So we do have to consider that fact, that we'll have their fleet. So we might do better in the seas than I was expecting. We do currently control all the sea zones. I would like to pay attention to any battles that are happening, including battles that are happening with our allies. Looks like we sunk one of their convoys. This is a troop convoy, so that's good. I assume they're going to send troops over to North Africa here, but I guess we'll find out where exactly they end up putting them. We can get the last one of our advisors, guys, so we are finally done with this. That is excellent. So let's get the air superiority one. And then what we're going to be doing next, oops, that's not decisions. Well, there's a few things I want to do. First of all, I feel like stability is still really low, so I'd like to improve that. So that'd be one option to use our political power for. And then the other option, of course, is integrating the territory here. So we're not going to integrate these. So we can go and say, I mean, they're never going to be checked anyway because we don't control those regions. I guess you can leave them on because you can't do them. But the other thing I want to do is try and get the rest of the countries into our faction. So whoever's still left. to get into our faction, and we have to improve relations with them, which is the reason why it's not lighting up right now. So let's go ahead and figure out who's all in our faction, who's not. So I think Bolivia should be the next one, and then maybe Ecuador. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's do Bolivia first. And we need to improve relations with them. Why do I not see it? Oh, we don't have any political power. I'm not looking for the green ones. And it was, of course, grayed out. So there's an lease offer. We're not going to accept that, though, because I don't see any reason to get the autonomy up, and we also don't need it. We're short on a few things of equipment, but it's nothing too big of a deal here. So their main fleet has engaged their submarines, which is a good thing. We actually want that battleship fleet to be, trying to fight submarines. Now, given they do have screens to be able to sink them, so if they find them, they'll likely sink them, but that results in our fleet being secure here as they escort our troops across. So what is this about? They want to join it? I thought I already said everybody can join. Okay, so we'll go and get them into the conflict. Yeah, we got away. We only sunk the one ship, of course. That was a troop ship, though, so definitely worth it. All right, so just waiting for these troops to get across. It does take some time, obviously, to get them all the way across there. And just kind of waiting, see what happens in the seas as well. It does look like we are controlling all the sea zones. Again, I'm not going to do this invasion until I know that the American fleet is over here helping out, which we'd want to see in like a battle where like they're engaged, helping us. Looks like we lost a convoy, unfortunately, and lost a submarine. Okay. Not surprising. We're going to lose some. Sunk a convoy there. But we are going to lose some submarines. It's going to happen, guys. They do have destroyers escorting them, apparently, since they do keep on engaging us every time we attack them. And I don't know how well this invasion is going to work, guys. Is our fleet escorting? Because I'm not seeing them. They should be, of course. We have another submarine done. Oh, he was in his own task force here. Yeah, that was the one that was in his own task force. All right, so we have to create another one. And you know what? Rather than send him out there with just the one ship, we'll just wait to send him out there until we get another submarine built up. What I'm looking for here is these guys. Okay, so they're already over here. Got it. Or maybe not. Yeah, they might just be assigned to that. You can't really see them, but yeah, they're over here. So they should help out, provide bombardment with those 3 capital ships. The 3 heavy ships here should provide bombardment. We are engaging their troop convoys here with our submarines, and it's that large submarine task force. And also potentially a fleet here that might engage us. I don't know. I'm definitely worried about them catching our fleet right now. We have civilian factories open up. So we've already built a lot of these here. I don't know if we'll build any more just yet because we don't even have that technology. Instead, let's get some other stuff. Now, I want to build further in here, but yeah, we got to take control of them first before we can build. So for right now, let's just get a few other things. I'm trying to think what all we need. We're good on civilian factories, so we don't need those. What else could we get here? I don't think if there's anywhere else to build here that this would be helpful. Again, we do have some provinces like right here that we've gotten steel from recently. I think that's one of the decisions. Maybe not though. I'm just trying to figure out why I didn't build there yet. So we'll build the infrastructure there. Again, just looking for provinces where we can get a lot of a resource, because we can even trade for them even if we're short on them. That means more resources going to our allies, which I assume we're trading quite a bit with our allies. We could always take a look at that rather than assuming. All right, so we'll just get military factories, guys. We could also get dockyards, I suppose, because we are trying to build this fleet up. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's get more of dockyards. So let's go and place these into, let's see where we want them. We have 100% there, so we'll build there. And overall, not able, I'm trying to click on this place. It's not even a coastal province. All the coastal provinces are already built up on, so we're gonna have to do these ones here. All right, so that'll get some dockyards going for us and keep our factories busy until we get some territory here to build in. We're gonna want to build the port up, probably build the infrastructure up. Supplies gonna be short everywhere around this region. And then maybe even build the air bases up too, if they're not, already built up. We're gonna go and speed this up just a little bit because it is taking our troops quite a long time to get over here. Did we lose control here? Yes, we did lose control here. Of course, that doesn't currently affect our ships, our current attacks right now. We do have another military factory get assigned, so let's go ahead and do so. And just kind of see how we're looking. I'm trying to get a lot of infantry equipment updated right now. Our infantry equipment's pretty outdated overall. I guess we'll go into the medium-sail propelled artillery. Alright, so we should hit the beaches in August. And it looks like their submarines are now engaging our troop convoys. Damn it. Yeah, they did catch our troop convoys, unfortunately, and they've already sunk at least a division. So that was something to be concerned about. I sent the ships to escort them, but they can't escort all three. They are now in the battle, though, I think. No, they're in a different battle with a different group of submarines. Okay, so we've already sunk one of those. We are losing troop convoys, guys. So as of right now, we haven't lost any divisions, but you can see their strength is decreasing here rapidly. We are likely to lose some divisions, guys. But that's why we sent the smaller divisions, the 20 West. Well, that was part of the reason why we sent the smaller 20 West. The other reason, of course, was the lack of supply. And they can only engage so many of our troops at a time. So we had 3 different invasions going. So that means they can only engage one of them. And that resulted in one of our invasions being successful here, taking the island that we really wanted. And that also resulted in these guys, they're being escorted. We did sink 2 submarines. So let's take a look at this island. Is it its own region where I can just build it up? It is. Okay, so what we're going to want to do here is to go ahead and get the airbase built up. As you can see, there's no airbase here. We're going to try and build this all the way up. I'm just going to put that up to the top. Probably should go ahead and make sure that we get a naval base here as well so we can repair closer to the actual fight. I'm going to tick that up to the top as well. And you know what? Might as well just go high up on infrastructure too. Just for any troops that we have here, make sure that they're able to defend it properly. We'll go up on the radar, and then the last thing I think we should go up on, we did the port, right? Yeah, we did the port, is to get some coastal forts here so that the minimal amount of troops can defend it. And maybe just up to 5 for right now. And it doesn't really matter how we prioritize this since we are building all of them, but we will kind of sort this out a little bit. All right, excellent. So we should have our troops there now. Yeah, there's the 4 divisions. And we'll just keep them here for right now. Let these other attacks go. Now, I think we've lost a lot of troops here, guys. I think we'll end up losing. You can see we're down to 8 there, 7 now. Yeah, we're getting a lot of convoys sunk here, unfortunately. We'll likely lose all the divisions that were on that attack. Yeah, I do expect we'll lose them all. There's nobody defending them, and we have the ships currently escorting these guys, and there's that other submarine fleet, so they could very much be engaged there. It says we only lost 1 convoy there. That's strange, because we watched them sink more than that. All right, well, whatever. You can see that their strength is pretty low, and we didn't lose any divisions yet, but I do expect them to be so weak when they get there that they probably won't win. We got the Recon Company 4s. Let's go ahead and do the Logistic Company now. Those are for those 40 width divisions, which do soak up a lot of supply. And we are sinking some freight convoys here, again, making sure that our submarines are the ones that are engaging their main fleet. Now, we see that the Americans are actually helping out here. Awesome. They did lose 9 destroyers, though, to that main fleet, so that's not awesome. Here's their fleet. I assume it's coming down here to help out, and this is a fleet of 1 carrier, 3 battleships, so definitely would win this, I think. So they ended up taking off before we can engage. They did lose some planes, so they are providing support with their bombers. And let's take a look. See here, we lost one of our submarines. Okay. So we'll see how these invasions go. If they don't have any defending, like right here, there's nobody even defending. So yeah, it's going to end up being successful despite the losses. Because well, these guys are probably the ones who got engaged, actually. All right, so we can go and start taking territory now. So what I'm going to do here is let's just go ahead and assign. Could just assign these divisions to garrison this, but I don't know that we want to do it that way. Yeah, you know what? We'll go ahead and have them all move over here. Check ports there, and then we'll slowly assign them to the rest of the area as we conquer it. So we'll bring these 10 divisions in, and then that'll allow us to bring these 4 divisions out. And I suppose what we'll do is we'll take 2 of them and put them over here. The other 2 are just going to stay here until we get those other divisions here. All right, excellent. So they're going to come on over here. Let's go and get these troops moving. We're going to move up into the mountains here. You can see that we do need some strength. Strength is pretty low here. So I assume that's going to result in, because of how low their damn strength is, they lost a lot of equipment here. I assume that is going to result in them losing a lot of their experience, but that's okay. We got the diesel-powered emergency pumps. Again, just trying to go for for passive bonuses here. Oh yeah, that's one thing that I was thinking about doing with our political power is changing away from our theorist here. So somebody had suggested doing this in the comments, and we no longer need to get the superior firepower doctrines. We already have them all, and the extra army experience isn't really that needed either. So it would probably be better to go with the air warfare theorists, since we are going with the air doctrines. Also, I find air experience to be a little bit more useful than army experience in mid and late game. So we will change that up, but we will need another 150 political power to do that. So we're gonna have to wait. But that'll help us get the techs a little bit faster. Remember, we are getting air doctrines, but we're not getting naval doctrines yet. I suppose we'll try and ramp up these ones first, since they do give us some benefits. Yeah, like this one's gonna make our torpedoes better, so I think we'll go after that. Although I almost want to make the main guns a bit better as well. Make our cruisers better. I suppose that would be quite useful as well. Yeah, I think we might do that, because there's only 2 techs here, and we can spend the experience as well, so we will. That'll allow us to get that a little bit quicker. That'll give us a nice little bonus there. All right, so pushing forward here now. They didn't have any divisions here to stop us, which is interesting and unexpected. I thought there would be at least a few here. So far, not seen any. They might have been up here, though. Oh, yes, that's right. This is their... No, this is not their puppet. They have a puppet somewhere. Okay, I thought they had... Oh, it's right here. Imperial Spanish Morocco. So they're right along here. I assume that this area is defended. And we wouldn't be able to get through there any damn way because of the strait. Because we would have had to attack from this sea zone, which we would not have been able to enter. There is somebody now defending there. Also, they're engaging our troops again, unfortunately. So we got the formation fighting. Awesome. We are pretty close to getting these done, though, so it's like... Maybe we should wait. Yeah, I think we're going to wait to research these until we get that benefit. It's not like there's not other stuff that we could get right now, guys. There's quite a few things we could be getting. Again, because we, you know, being a minor power, it just results in you just getting all the tech so much slower. Because you only start out with the 3 tech slots. Or, excuse me, I think we started out with 2 tech slots. We got to get the modern tanks so we can build those out. I don't think we'd use them, though, at this point in the campaign. We'll just build the medium tanks for right now. Not seeing anything here that we're going to get. There are stuff that we could get. But yeah, I'm not seeing us doing it. I think we're just going to do the naval stuff because, again, the destroying the Spanish fleet is going to be imperative. So let's go ahead and start working on the naval doctrines. And considering the fact that we're focusing on cruisers and submarines, I think trade interdiction is the obvious choice for us to get. So let's go and get these ones, because this one has overall great benefits for cruisers and great benefits for submarines. So I think it fits our current Navy to go with this route. So let's go and start getting it. This is going to be increased surface detection, increased organization for many of our ships. All right, so we lost another submarine. Okay. We'll kind of make adjustments as we need to here. And it does look like our fleet is currently in a battle. I've been wanting to kind of look at these here. And this is the submarines that we're sinking. These are the submarines that have been just wreaking havoc on our divisions. So we have one here. Let's go and give another front line here. We do need to give an offensive line. We could redirect these troops to just go into the support, but at this point I feel like there's no point. Let's go ahead and have these guys come on down here. So we're going to try and get all this territory taken with just these 2 divisions here. I don't know if anybody here is here defending. I suppose we'll find out. And then just have these guys. Oh, there's somebody right there. They will be cut off by cut off from supply, though, if we can get all these regions taken care of. So we'll have to pay attention to them. We might need to send another division down there. I don't know. We'll see. We did have to defeat a division here in the mountains. And organization's pretty low for these troops. Still getting the equipment as well, so the strength isn't great either. And we did lose another submarine and another one. Okay. Again, those are probably the older submarines, I hope, anyways. We sunk 2 submarines ourselves. Yeah, those are older submarines, so that's okay. We sunk 2 of theirs, so that's great. Let's go and attack here against this weakened division, and then we're going to attack with these guys as well. And, yeah, probably just focus the attack on that one province, even though this guy's moving over here. We'll just have to fight him. What we could do... we might actually beat them. We need an air base here. That's what we need. Let's go ahead and build an airbase here. It looks like we can't, but we have taken this region already, so we already have an airbase. All right, awesome. So we did get here without losing any troops. But overall, I mean, we lost troops. Look at the strength, guys. They were almost sunk, many of these divisions. So They just barely made it there. They lost a lot of, I mean, just to show you guys just how bad this is, we've already taken 56,000 casualties. All of that was our convoys, pretty much, a couple submarines, but most of that was convoys being sunk. So, massive casualties, guys. Massive casualties from trying to get across here. Not surprising, though. It was the main concern. Now that we're across, though, well, now it's all easy peasy, guys, from here on out. Or hopefully, anyways. I guess we'll find out. Let's go ahead and have these guys go this way. And then, I mean, I know a lot of these guys are incredibly weak. So maybe not the best thing to have them attacking initially, but it's fine. Let's send that guy up this way. All right. So let's try and move rapidly. I don't want to build the airbase up since we don't have control of it yet. I feel like we probably have enough supply, maybe not. You know, we don't have enough supply here, but that'll connect with this one. We should still build it up, though, to make sure that we have maximum supply, though I want to say there's a larger port here. No, maybe not. Okay, so let's build up this port to make sure that we get full supply here. And tick that up to the top. As far as the infrastructure, yeah, let's go ahead and build the infrastructure up. We'll build throughout this region here. And we do want to make sure that they're still prioritizing, yeah, they're still getting those the stuff built here. We did sink 7 destroyers, excellent. And that was, looks like our fleet for the most part that did it, yeah. Sunk 7 destroyers and got a convoy sunk as well. We can now change our fleet's job, change them over to patrol. However, I don't actually want to do that right now because I want to wait until we have, these guys did get a little bit damaged too, it looks like. It's not too bad though, they should be able to fix themselves in that tiny port, but maybe I should just assign them over to the bigger port now. Let's go into that port, and I don't want to assign them to do anything else just yet until we have the support of our Air Force, which we can now get, never mind. I didn't realize we already had one of these built, and we're just going to go ahead and move Naval Bombers from over here. Now, I haven't seen any ships over here. I guess we can look to see if they have any assigned. And if it'd be even worth it, probably not. I don't expect them to send ships over here. But what we'll do, just in case they do, we're going to take one of these guys and have them do a naval strike here. And the same thing with our naval bombers here. Just take one of them and have them do what he's exercising. All right, so let's go and add this one, or this one. All right, so that's excellent. Let's go ahead and now move naval bombers. We'll move these guys since they have an ace, and get them helping us out. So that's going to take them time to get there, the 18th of August, and that's when we'll put our fleet out. I want them to make sure that they have the support of our Air Force before we put them into battle again. We do have dockyards built, so let's continue building the new submarines, but I also want to get a heavy cruiser, another heavy cruiser going. We'll wait until we actually get some dockyards. All right, so we're actually gauging troop convoys that are likely attempting to come across here. These guys here did win. We need to get that port so that they will not have supply. And let's go ahead and start pushing forward here now. So they're going that way. Let's have all these guys push forward. And they'll go, then go grab this province here. All right, so let's go and attack these guys. And just make sure we're pushing forward as fast as we can. Let's have these two, I don't know what they're doing, but let's go ahead and make sure that they come over here and grab this territory for us. And engaging their freight convoys, so we're going to mess their supply up, hopefully. And we could do war propaganda, which is kind of necessary. Actually, war support's fairly low. We won't do it, though. Not right now. And I always get thrown off because I'm so used to it being up here where it used to be. But now with all this other stuff up here, ends up being a lot lower. So I wouldn't say we don't want to be notified of that. Not right now. We got other stuff we want to use our political power for. All right, so let's go and continue the attack here. This should allow us to get whatever troops that are here completely wiped out. I don't know why they stopped that attack. But completely destroy them. There's at least one division. I think there's two, though, currently there. All right, we can also delete this. That's no longer needed. All right, so keep our troops attacking at all times. And let's go and have these guys can just move over to this front and have these guys finish this up. Take the railroads on over to here. Alright, so we are attacking and get across the river, but at this point I don't really care about such things. I'm just really wanting to keep us moving. Alright, so we'll shoot over to their capital. I don't know that we'll be able to get a win with just the one division. We can now build nuclear bombs. We have 7 reactors currently doing that. So let's go ahead and... we can only get the one Naval Doctrine right now. Again, though, I would really like to focus on getting some of these techs done. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go for the torpedo attacks here. And do it while our Navy is still useful, because there's going to be a time where it's, you know, there's not going to be much need for the Navy anymore. We got the airbase here, excellent. So that has opened up slots for 800 planes right now. So let's go and get some more planes moved over. And figures our allies would pump a bunch of planes over to here. That's a bummer, but nothing to be done about it. Let's go and move our fighters. We'll move 2 fighters, and then however many close air support I have here. Going to move these guys into this air zone. And then we need 1 more air wing of close air support. Again, they're just kind of all over the place. Where I was placing them here to get them trained. Alright, so 400 and 400, we're going to do more ground crews there. And hopefully win control of the skies here. We are losing this attack, so we'll just go and let it sit. There's too many divisions there. It does look like they're leaving the port there. Also, this Sandstorm is going to negatively affect our divisions as well as theirs. So overall, it might end up impacting it in a negative way. So let's see how we want to do this. Alright, so let's make sure all the divisions are assigned to this front here. And get rid of this one. And these guys should still be going. Yes, they're still going that way. Alright, excellent. Okay, we have another decision that I'm seeing available here. Let's see what this is about. More war propaganda. Okay, so we don't need to do that right now. But again, just have other things I want to spend the political power on. We'll see what we sunk here. We got a Spanish convoy sunk. Excellent. I think that was not a troop convoy, though. They're attacking us here. That's okay. We're going to go behind them and grab that port. They'll still have supply. Really not much to be done about that just yet. We got to grab that port behind them. These guys have moved here, I think. Let's have these guys move here and just keep on attacking forward. I know these are across rivers and stuff, but again, just trying to make progress, get pushed forward. We sunk another destroyer. All right, excellent. And they did move troops back there, so that did not work out. All right, well, let's go and grab this province here then. At least grab that air base so they won't have any air bases around this area. Sunk another convoy as well. But yeah, so far invasion's going fairly well. It's going decent. We sunk a battleship. All right, awesome. Now, I don't really want to have our troops go all the way across here. This was a just in case. I would prefer to do an invasion across this way somehow. From here or whatever. I think it would be better to do it that way. We lost 2 more submarines. All right. So we are taking some submarine losses. Let's see if we have anything to adjust here. We do not. Okay. Luckily, we have a lot of submarines. Now, again, those are pretty old submarines. We do have control of the skies here, or excuse me, control of the airbase. And you see that they just are pumping planes into these fucking areas, man. Let's go ahead and move these guys here, and then we'll move a few more planes as well. They should end up having a lot of issues now. Controlling the skies, or trying to control the skies. All right, let's go and get them moving in. And now we need to get more close air support there as well. How much room did it have? 1,400? Yeah, 1,400. We moved 400 and then another 400. So let's just move 2 more close air support. Since, remember, our allies are going to likely continue to move their planes here, causing us problems. All right, excellent. So we're at 800 and 800 now. That should be enough to gain control of the sky. All right, so let's make sure we're attacking everywhere. These guys should have been taking the railroads here. Let's hurry up and get them to the front line. Attacking here, there wasn't anybody there before, but because we won here, that did push them over to that province, I think. And they're going to attack us there, aren't they? Yes, they are, so we're going to have to go this way. They have pumped a lot of troops into here, unfortunately. We weren't able to stop them, so this is going to become a little bit of a slog here because they have so many divisions, so we have to hurry up and get to these damn naval bases, these ports. So he's clearly losing, so let's go and stop these. We need more troops up onto the front. Now there's nobody here. What we'll do is just have one of these guys go over here now. and we'll force them to take the railroads. All right, so we're just about done with today's episode because I'm sweaty. We sunk a heavy cruiser there. Excellent, that's the first capital ship we sunk. We did lose a lot of submarines though, quite a few submarines. We have a submarine done, so let's go and place them into here and get those guys helping us out now. So doing the convoy raiding. But yeah, you can see that the numbers are getting pretty low. So let's go ahead and start combining these so they'll be a little bit more effective. All right, awesome. So again, it's mostly just like, you know, old ships that we're currently losing. So that's okay, I suppose. Let's go this way, see if we can't get there before them. 13 hours, probably not. We'll have to attack them. Yeah, we'll have to attack them. A little bit surprised that they're moving faster than us, considering I think we have control of the skies now, right? No, we do not. All right, they have a lot more planes here than I thought. Yeah, they got a lot of planes here. All right, so, and I think a big problem here, oh, we just lost that airbase. All right, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, that's causing us some issues. And yeah, we won't be able to place any more planes there because again, our allies are taking up all these spaces. So losing that was key. That was massive for us. I don't know why these guys are not protecting their air bases. Let's go ahead and see which one of these guys gets there first. It doesn't matter that much. All right, so this guy's now potentially gonna get cut off. They have a lot of troops over here now, guys. Let's go and attack here and here. I'm still trying to cut these guys off, but it doesn't look like, well, you know what? Let's go and change this up. We don't really need to win here. Yeah, we really want to cut these guys off. Can we beat them? Let's see if this is even possible. No, it's not, so it doesn't matter. Just go and attack. Yeah, having some difficulty, guys. Now we have these small 20 width division designs, so that's part of it. Another part of it is that they control the skies, so that's a major issue. They're about to take this airbase too, so that's going to cause us some serious problems. About to get those troops cut off. Overall, having some difficulty on this invasion now. Now that they just pumped troops over here. They did take the airbase, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a real bummer. All right, let's go and support this and attack with these guys. Nobody has any damn strength at this point. Let's just go here. Try and get behind these guys. We are going to win there. But yeah, we got to get this airbase back. This one particularly is key. And that'll allow us to bring the planes back in who are not doing well. All right, so let's go and move all these guys into here. And I don't know where the rest of the planes moved. I assume they went even further. So we'll see how that looks. Looks like we brought it back into the yellow. All right, so we've won there. We take the airbase back, and we have stopped these guys from cutting us off, though. We are currently, I don't think we can win here. Before this guy gets out of here, we cannot. All right, so we're gonna take that province. So yeah, we're just kind of slogging through this right now. They'll likely take that from us, but that'll allow us to grab that province there. Are these troops done here? They are, so they're taking the railroads up. I feel like we're probably gonna have to assign some 40 width division designs here, or some mountain troops or something like that. Yeah, because clearly this is, I sent 18 because I was worried about supply, but we're actually doing okay in supply, so I think we could probably move some more divisions, and even some tank units as well, I think would be smart. So yeah, still having some supply issues over here now, so yeah, just too many troops here. Where's this Purple Army guy moving? He should go over here, and I did turn the night on, my bad. So we get him moving over there, and I think that'll be helpful. He should be moving on the railroads, so that'll help, but yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. We're still a little bit over. These guys are just too expensive as far as like their supply. So let's move them. Let's just move them a few at a time. Given that we don't want them to get caught, they're expensive units to build. So let's just do 2 for right now, and they'll slowly get over there, and then we'll maybe add a few more a bit later. Also, having these 2 divisions into here would be nice as well. Now, I don't think it's necessary for us to cover that any longer. All right, so getting those 2 divisions will be helpful as well, since we only have 16 divisions up along this front, and it's just not enough to cover the entire front, as you guys can see here. Let's go ahead and attempt to cut this division off here. Maybe we'll see if it works. I don't know that we'll be able to get there in time. It does take them a long time to move. We can always attack them as well. Alright, so kind of got to wait until we get some more troops over here, guys, before we're going to be able to do any more attacks. We did win there. Now the question is, will we get there in time? 4 days and 9 hours, and 5 days and 6 hours. So we will get there in time to cut that division off, and then we'll be able to get him destroyed. And then that's all we're going to be doing. We're going to take a look at the casualties, and then we're going to end the episode. But I want to cut that division off first and see how that looks after we've done that. Do we control this? No, we do not control this, guys. We need to build up this airbase, so let's go ahead and do that since, yeah, obviously we're in a position now where I don't know if we'll get that airbase back or not. I suppose we'll see. Let's go ahead and build that up. We should already be building infrastructure. Yes, sir. We got the port already building. Could go ahead and do radar here. Yeah, we'll do the radar. Take that up as well. All right. Fantastico. So we could assign some more planes here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's bring, well, we don't need fighters. They don't really have many air bases to help out here, so I don't think we'll need the fighters. We'll just bring naval bombers. I think that's probably good. Just the naval bombers. Not those guys, these guys. All right, so go ahead and get them helping us out. All right, and we'll get this airbase built up here, and I think that'll be tremendously helpful. This is open, so let's go ahead and take advantage of it and grab that airbase. That's gonna be key for us getting control of the skies here. Because, yeah, again, I don't think there's, I mean, they have the air bases here which can provide coverage, and I'm sure they are. All right, so that's big for us. Now, we have to find those planes that were assigned here and are no longer assigned. Yeah, they're all over here. All right, so let's go ahead and move them back over to here. Okay, these guys can stay here. Okay, I think it got messed up. Okay, so yeah, it got messed up. I don't know where the other close air support are. They probably didn't even get over here before we lost control of the airbase, is what I'm assuming happened here. So we'll see how this looks. Once we get these planes here, again, we do expect our allies to likely cause some issues. You can see that the strength is incredibly low here. We did get this division cut off. Let's go ahead and get him destroyed. Let's go and attack with all these divisions, I suppose, just to get it done quicker. There we go, excellent. All right, so the mountain troop, he's gonna come up over this way, and we'll just let him go wherever he needs to go. And any troops that are currently assigned here can be moved over here. All right, excellent, looking very good. They're trying to push forward here, so we need to have more troops over there. Let's take a look and see what this was. We sunk a Spanish destroyer. All right, we can push forward here, so we will. And might as well push forward there, too. But yeah, we could cut some troops off here. We'll try and do that. We're just waiting for more troops to get onto the front. But this is going to be the end of today's episode, guys. We'll go ahead and take a look at the casualties, see if we've, equaled it out a little bit. Almost. Again, most of that was lost in the sea there, which that did not go well for us. We lost a lot of troops in the sea. We have 99% of the total war participation, and we've killed 54,000 of the Spanish troops already, so that's 64 to 54. Not bad considering how many we lost in the sea. And we can see we were almost forced them to capitulate, 32%. So really we just need to get their capital, I think, and then they'll capitulate. That'll be more steel too. Got 44 steel here. That's gonna hurt the Spanish war effort quite a bit. Just taking over all Africa, North Africa from them does, because they have these two that give them the steel there. So that is going to be the end of today's episode, guys. Again, we're focusing here on the North African conquest first, and then we'll attack across over here. I don't know if they're getting any help from the Axis. I wanted to see that, though. They got docking rights. I don't see any volunteers, though. I was curious if the Axis would send them volunteers or not. Oh, they can't. They're at war. My bad. I completely forgot that they're still at war against the Japanese, and that's the current situation here. And one interesting thing that somebody noticed is that the Allies are still around, and they're just India. And I don't know how that happened, because remember, India was under the control of the Axis. Remember, there was two Indias. There was the Axis one, and there was the Communist one. And then the Allied one had been defeated a long, long time ago. So they pushed the Communists out, and then the Allies were pushed out, and then it was a war over India between Japan and the Axis. But somehow there's a democratic India here. I don't know what happened there. Very, very strange though. But the Japanese have invaded them here, while the Axis are invading from the north. That's how that's. Oh wait, no, they're not even at war with the Axis. So that's going to allow Japan to completely conquer India, and then get up on these borders with the Axis and be able to fight them there as well. Okay, so that's currently what's happening in India. It looks like the Japanese are losing in Australia. The Australians are pushing them back. So that's the current war situation. So we're gonna go ahead and end today's sweaty episode now. I'm sweating my ass off right now. It's so hot in here. Then we're gonna end the episode. Remember, we will not have another episode until at least Thursday. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to record Wednesday night. I don't have to work that day or anything like that, so I can record at night, where it's a little bit cooler. Still pretty hot in this office, but overall, it's a bit cooler. So I'll record Wednesday night, regardless of whether the AC gets fixed or not, for Thursday. So if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next episode, and thanks for watching.